Happy Thumbs Gaming. Big show.
What's up, everybody? HTG Brian here, and we are officially live, or attempting to be. I've had to make some changes to the set. As you can see, I'm back with my glorious green screen, but things are a little different. I don't have headphones on, so it's a little bit echoey, and I may have pushed an extra button there, or I should say a little bit of a sticky button, if you will, on the stream deck. But what is up, everybody? I see we've got a handful of people hanging out in the premiere page, chatting it up. I see we got some more people. We got a couple people up super late to take part in this game break. But welcome. It's me. You know who I am. You can see right there. That's who I am. We're back with September game break. We got a handful of things we're going to talk about. We're going to have a special guest later. Somebody you're familiar with, so it shouldn't be too big of a surprise. But we're going to talk all sorts of things. Highs, lows of having the new puppy. Things I look forward to that are coming up, and a few other things. So hopefully everything will go okay. The wife is home with the dog, but you know how, you never know. I might have to cut it early, but we got at least an hour and a half that we got scheduled here. But I'm going to try to get to the main topics first, get to the Patreon shout outs, and then we'll just kind of hang. So the people who don't have all day to watch this stuff can at least watch the meat and potatoes, and then we can move on. Now, I am switching back and forth with cameras, so I apologize if I go to talk to the camera and I'm up here, because I was up there earlier. I did it a few times earlier today, but this is kind of my go-to spot, so hopefully I will be good to go. All right, scrolling. Real quick, let's just go ahead and name off a handful of peeps that were chatting early. Dark Side was the first one here today, followed by, looks like Gray, although this might not be all the way back. I'm looking at this. It looks like the chat has failed me again. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I know that those two weren't the... Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, they were both here early. Kyle was also here. Gary. Tim. We haven't seen Tim in a while, maybe ever. It's definitely not a familiar, so welcome, Tim, if you are new. Let's see here. Who else was here? Scrolling back down. Boy, there was a lot of scrolling. I apologize if I missed you. Nick was here. I didn't even know Nick was here. What's up, my dude? Let's see here. Kirsten, she's got it all queued up for the radio ride home, as it is time to go home, which is nice. I figured that was going to be kind of the case, but see, I have this conflict with, I want to make it available to more people by doing it later in the day, but I also don't want to infringe on, all of my time on, with the family and stuff, dinner and all that. And everything, you guys can hear me okay? Everything's good, right? Everything's good? I haven't seen anything. I scrolled way down on the chat to make sure that you guys aren't going, you're crazy, because earlier I had a deep voice. Everyone thought I had a voice mod on. I promise you I didn't, though. A couple other familiar faces we haven't seen in a while. Loki was here, but unfortunately he had to go. I highly recommend you check out his channel, as he's been remixing or editing up our videos. A lot of our easy platinums that are an hour long, so he can shuffle them all up, and he makes my face go all around and zooms in and make all sorts of weird and funny stuff. So it's actually really fun to watch. So I highly recommend you guys check that out. I'm going to go ahead. I was going to drop it in the chat, but apparently I've got some other stuff. Copy and paste it. It must have been on this computer over here. So I'll try to get that going. If anybody has Loki's channel link, please drop it down there. Let's see. I don't think I mentioned Kyle yet. What's up, Kyle? Welcome back. Beef Bear! Michael was also here. Scrolling. Michael, the other Michael, was also here. We got a couple Michaels, I believe, in the chat, or maybe I already said your name. Either way, Michael's here. Demon showed up as well. Let's see here. All right, we're getting pretty much caught up now. Again, I apologize if I missed your name. Connie, what's up? Brian is also here. Adam is back. Yes. Things are good. Drex is good. He's downstairs with Mom. You should have seen how excited he was when she got home. It was funny. She didn't really pay attention to him right away. So as soon as she was like, hi, he was wag city and going crazy and jumped all over. Simon is here. What's up, dude? Been a minute since we've seen you around. From down under. Finally got to watch. Yes, see, that's one of the things. I know that 10 o'clock my time works great for me and a lot of the people that are watching every day, but it doesn't always work for everybody. I know there's different time zones, different schedules and such. So although I appreciate a lot of you guys who re-watch the replays, that because the videos always are available, they're just not always live. But I know it's always more funner to be here live. So all right, topics today. First off, welcome back, guys. I appreciate all of you more than you guys know. We've just actually surpassed a milestone of 106,000 subscribers So although our big flux, our big rush has kind of slowed down, we were getting about 1,500 to 1,800 subs per month. Now we're at about 900, 800, something like that. So we've definitely slowed down a little bit, but we're still climbing and growing, which is awesome to us. And I expect that to go when, you know, the holidays come around, because everybody gets those Lego games and people start remembering, oh yeah, those Happy Thumbs guys got good guides, and then they, you know, people subscribe. Ironically, I know we've talked about this a lot, 80% of our viewership, like our live views, are repetitive, all of our old, all that views, 80% comes from people who are not subscribed. That is mind-blowing to me. Now, if everybody that was subscribed watched those videos too, that's nuts to think about. However, a lot of you probably have watched those videos already and have just moved on to newer videos that were, or whatever. So it's weird to think, though. The analytics shows that only 20% of our subs, 20% of our views come from people who are subbed. That's insane to me. Let's see here. Where did you put your button? Wait, what's button? What? Let me scroll back here. What did I miss? Let's see here. Don't chat much. I'm in the east. That's okay. That's okay. I guess the time zones probably just don't work out for you, which explains. Let's see here. Can tell about my friends. What about your friends, Michael? Which ones? And chasing the cat. Something ironic. I saw some memes about how the family gets a dog, and the man and dog become best friends. Seems the dog has a better friend. You know, I definitely, you know, the dog and I are more bonding more and more every day. You know, with the wife being back at work. He has to deal with me, and, you know, and I'm probably not as fun. I mean, she's amazing, but, you know, I'm like maybe a notch down from, like, maybe I'm just amazing, not like I don't know how to kind of, I'm just saying I put a lot of time and love. Like, I go out on a run and she gets super into it, like, you know, like she's playing with a young kid or something, and I'm trying to mimic that, or, you know, do as much of that as possible. But I did put it on the chat. Okay, I must have missed it, Michael. You might have to remind me. I'm sorry I missed it. I don't know what. I acknowledged you were here, but I didn't read everything you wrote. I apologize. Lots of stuff. I was actually waiting for the wife to get home right before the stream started, and I was looking at the watch going, oh no, she's not gonna make it. We have a tracking app too, and I was like watching her going, oh no, she's not gonna make it. Reese, you gotta get ready for this. So I had Reese on standby to do it. But what do you think of my nice fluffy sheep-like looking trees you guys mentioned? Fun stuff. I felt like fall was in order. It kind of seemed like a fall-based stuff, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. But again, the live sub count is not being displayed because they are actually doing it differently now. They have it so that, you know, it's rounded. So, like, although I have like 106,071 or 102 or something like that, it only shows 106K, and it won't show 107 until I flip 107. So this kind of seems obsolete these days. So we're gonna go ahead and just remove that. Some of you guys were wondering, whatever. And my shirt goes well with the fall background. That was kind of the theory or the thought behind it. Like, sometimes I think these things out. Like, if I'm playing something Disney related, I'll try to wear like a Disney related shirt. If it's Lego related, I got a handful of Lego stuff. You know, I try to make it all work, so I appreciate when people recognize. So thank you, Adam, for recognizing that. Let's see here. Spooktober is tomorrow. That's pretty cool. So October is next month. We're going to try to do, I don't know if you guys remember last year's October Gamebreak, but it was like very Halloween themed. I had like a pumpkin that had like a flickering candle, and I had a witch that flew by. And all. So I'm going to try to bring that back, but I might even add to it. So yeah, that'll be fun next month. But that's next month. So so essentially, you know what, I forgot to tell everybody on the Twitter sphere, we are live. So guess what, Twitter, we is live. Yeah, essentially I don't have a whole lot other as far as the welcome goes, which means we can kind of move on to the next topic, which as most of you know, I've gotten a puppy lately. And all right, so full confession, and you know, there's some people out there that may have given me some advice that it looked like my dog was going to be a lot of work. And I was, we got this, blah, blah. I know what I'm doing, I've researched, and man, it was a little different than I was expecting. I mean, I did some research. I watched a lot of videos on training and on what to expect when getting like a rescue dog, you know, but of course you never know the personality of the dog until you meet him. And in our case, we actually reached out to a shelter in San Antonio, Texas. Now, the story goes, we actually searched up on Google dogs, rescue dogs available near me, or a dog, you know, adoption dogs available, something along those lines. And we ended up finding the ASPCA website, And of course, it had like a whole list of dogs that were all, you know, certain ranges. And we saw Opie was his name at the time. And we just absolutely fell in love with him. He just looked like this little tiny midget dog, and you know, we were totally like excited, thinking, okay, he's gonna get a little bit bigger, and he's only 6 months or so, whatever, and so this is really cool. Like, we were really stoked. And then as time goes on, we got less and less pictures, less and less info. We committed to the dog. He showed up. He's actually pretty big, but he's awesome. But he showed up, and he also has separation anxiety. So he has now kind of clung on to us because he's been passed around. He's been in 2 or 3 different shelters. He's been in a couple different homes for foster care. And it's been really rough. So this is actually, a lot of you have seen this already. So, but there's some video at the end that nobody has seen. There's even one video that some of you have seen, but there's video that nobody has seen too. So it's not all old, washed up stuff. I'm not recycling everything. A lot of you watch the streams every day, and I share a lot of this stuff already. But let's see here. October is already 10 hours old for me. That's true. Yeah. I always forget you're a day ahead, Simon. So here we go. Here's the picture we fell in love with. I mean, look at him. He's got this tie. And I mean, either that's like a really small tie, or that's a really small dog, right? So anyways, he's a German Shepherd Beagle mix. And this will start transitioning here in a minute, and they get faster. So that's the second photo they had on the site. We have renamed him. I'm a big Blazer fan. We've named him Drexler after Clyde the Glide Drexler. There you can see that was the first image of us picking him up. Here's one of the first couple of hours that we had him. He wasn't really sure what to think of us, or you know, what his future held. I know it's weird that the pictures are over there and I'm looking over there. It's just how it works out. I'm sorry, guys. You know, there he is. He's got this tongue that's too long for his mouth. We're told he'll grow into it, but it's kind of funny because he always sticks his tongue out at us. There's his bed or his chair that he's kind of adopted. You can see there he has destroyed any and everything that we've given him as far as cloth toys. And there's a squeaker that was inside of it. He was running around for like an hour thinking that was the coolest thing, squeaking, ow, ow, ow. And then he finally bit the crap out of it, and I had to take it from him because he was like starting to eat it. There's his little baby Groot. That is actually surprisingly still alive, but he hasn't figured out how to paw stuff yet. So, and there's our backyard. As you can see, we got to do some upgrades on our fence. That was our first training session at the Humane Society as a family. And here's some video footage that you know, this was day 3. I think we call this video Rocket Dog. Look at him just running laps. My backyard's a little messed up. We didn't have everything all put away, but he just burns all through the yard and has so much fun. You can see there's a green screen filter on this video effect, which is kind of weirding out the video, so that's weird. but beyond that, anything that's real green. All right, back to the brown. There he is. And this is my mom's dog, Roxy. This is an Australian Shepherd Poodle mix. Roxy is actually 5.5 months old, so about a month and a half younger than Drexler. And boy, that was the first meeting right there. You guys just saw the first snout sniffs, and there you go. He's checking them out. Come on, all right, move along. You got enough. All right, the boom. And this happened for 90 minutes, you guys. He chased her around, and it was funny because as you can see, she's bigger than him, and she's pummeling him for the most part. Just pummels it, and they crashed into it was so much fun to watch them. But at the end of the day, Drexler figured out this takedown move. And he was like taking down, like going after her paws. And there it is again with the green screen. I wonder why that's showing up. I didn't actually send. Oh yeah, because there's green screen around the back, and I do have a chroma. I wanted it to float for the photo show. That's right. I'll have to remember that. That's my bad. But look at him. This was actually footage captured by Reese. So shout out to my dude Reese for capturing that. There's my mom after 5 days of working and building their house over in Bend. She just happened to be stopping by. So her dog Roxy had been locked up. Not really locked up, but like didn't really have the runs and the time to play and do stuff like she has normally because they live at the beach and they always go and run and play at the beach. But and then here's the other night. This is when he got introduced to cream cheese. I thought this segment was funny. And look at that headlamp. This is my headlamp. That light right there. That's a headlamp that I bought off Amazon for $19. I was pretty impressed. Again, footage provided by Reese. So shout out to my guy Reese for doing that. Pretty cool stuff. So life with Drexler has certainly been challenging, and there have been a few nights where my wife and I, there you can see it's getting cold here in Oregon, so we're bundled up pretty good. But we've definitely had a few nights where we weren't sure like this was going to work out. And there are still a couple of factors, like, for example, you know, our cat has basically, she's had to be quarantined and she's had to sleep outside a lot. To the point where we even have a bed. We've got like, we took like a Rubbermaid tub and we cut out the side so there's like an entrance to go in there. We put a nice blanket in there. We've got a heating pad that's on low. So it only gets to about, the thing probably heats up to like 65 degrees on its own, but being that it's cold outside, it really isn't very warm in there, but it gives her a nice padding, and she loves it. So we put her food out there at night, and she's been kind of just watching over the house like a good little guard kitty. But at some point, she's got to come in, and when she does, the dog just doesn't know how to react, and then she runs, and he tries to chase it. And we've got the house set up right now. I didn't show any of this in the video, but we have it set up so that there is a gate that blocks off half of our house from the rest of the house. So Drexler has the back half, which is actually where we spend like 90% of our time. And then Cutie has the front half. And unfortunately we don't. So she's kind of, like I said, she's kind of quarantined, and we feel bad. And at some point, although it's tough for her, we want to make sure that so hopefully that'll work out. Let's see here. We got some comments coming in. Let's see here. What did Adam say? He's so cute. He kind of looks like Scooby-Doo. Yes, a lot of people have actually suggested that. There's a couple of photos I posted on the Facebook page where he's just like Scooby-Doo. He just looks like Scooby. And then that tongue hangs out. It's pretty funny. And he loves Scooby snacks. He loves any kind of snacks. We found that he really loves like the marrow treats. We haven't given him a lot of like real bones with marrow. We actually have some in the freezer he hasn't got yet. But we have these. They're marrow filled center core somethings. He loves them. And we've been crate training him because we want him to sleep in there. He's not fully potty trained. He had an accident right before the stream today. But I mean, he's only 7 months old, and he has basically no idea how to dog or human or anything. He doesn't know how to speak English or any language for that matter. So it's a lot of learning. And we were told that he was crate trained, potty trained, that he was friendly with cats. He wouldn't get over 40 pounds. Right now, we took him to the vet. He was 37 pounds or 36 pounds and some change. And he's eating a ton of food. So anyways, life with Drexler has been a roller coaster. It's even prevented a couple of streams. It's been some really late nights, some really early mornings, and it's actually even made, like, my wife got really sick as a result of everything. So and so did I. So it's been crazy. But all in all, we're super stoked. We feel like we've kind of hit over the hill point, and we're kind of starting to slide downhill now. Still lots of learning to do for us and for him, but it won't be long, I think, before we're able to go to the park off leash and things like that. Soon. Let's see here. A couple more people funneling in. Zach, the master of fun. What's up, my dude? Welcome back. Let's see here. Connie says it gets better. I believe you, and that's your I know that it does, and even my mother-in-law, she remembers raising the puppy that I originally kind of first inherited because it was my wife's. And so anyways, she was like, what, I remember it being really challenging and being how do people do this, but after a week or two, it really starts to pave out. We've had him for 2 weeks now. So half of my month has been literally just all of my month has been either preparing, just buying the crate, doing shopping for leashes, collars, also leads. Sorry, leads, not leash. I guess they don't call them leashes anymore. They're leads. I keep getting told that when we go places. It's funny. Anyways, it's been a lot of fun, and but it's also been really challenging. But my wife, she is whipping this dog in shape, and I'm just trying to follow her lead because it has been very, very up and down, but it's been really fun. So yes, life with Drexler, so far so good. I just want to remind everybody, although there was kind of a break, there is still Star Wars The Complete Saga videos going up on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Right now, as you guys know, I have been preloading them, and if you guys watch to the end of the video, say you watch level 1, if you watch to the end of the video, there's actually a link that'll take you to level 2, and it goes and goes and goes and goes and goes until there's nothing left. Once you get to the end, there's no link. That means I don't have any other videos. Right now, it's all the way into free play level 4. So there should be 5 to 7 videos that are still hidden, but there's still a couple more, and I'll be uploading more as the week goes on. I just, Gamebreak's been, obviously I had work, so I had to create this graphic for the background, restylize the text, create new underlay, everything. I got to set up all the buttons and everything. And in the last minute too, we had a nice last minute addition, which is actually going to result in a special guest here in a minute. But again, a shout out to Gary, HTG Gary, for putting together the guide. If you have not checked out the achievement guide yet, and maybe you haven't played Complete Saga, now's the time to grab it. As you know, Skywalker Saga will be coming out sometime in 2020, and that's not far from now. We will definitely be done with this one before then. People have asked, are you going to take on Lego Indie and stuff afterwards? It's possible we might have like Gary do the guide, or you know, maybe Tyler wants to come out of guide retirement and help with that, or you know, Nick talked about and started getting into a guide. So you know, at some point, yes, we might cover that in a traditional guide fashion. You know, but probably not right away. As you guys know, I've been taking my time with this one. But it still takes time. Like some of these levels take 30-40 minutes to complete, just to play. Then I gotta transfer files, which takes a while, and then I gotta edit. So I mean, just being realistic, you know, one video per day is kind of like my limit on a lot of those. Some of them are short, like episode 1 chapter 4 was only like 7 minutes long, edited with the mini kits. Crazy. But most of them are 20-30 minutes or so. And then, of course, quick links and all that stuff. But I just want to remind everybody that it is still happening. There will be more as time goes on. And again, much love to Gary for putting the guide together, because it's amazing. It's actually his first main guide. He's filled in and done a lot of the DLCs for previous Lego games. You know, but that was like his first main hoorah. So, you know, great job. And it was a learning experience for me, too, because in the past, you know, Doug was doing them originally. And then he kind of taught, or I don't know if Doug and Tyler actually even had any interaction. Tyler came in and just knew how to do everything. It was really awesome. So shout out to Tyler for being smarter than me, because I had to kind of go back and learn a lot of this stuff. And I do web stuff, so it was like easy for me to formulate and do things within there, but like where to get the icons for it, how to place them, how to stylize, how to like, and then once I figured it all out, it's just a lot of copy and paste and changing some of the, but anyways, it's still a lot of work, and much love to those guys for doing them, because I would be lost without them in the real world creating these videos that you guys love. So big time thanks. All right, and then let's see here, moving right along, just a quick reminder, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. we got YouTube streams. They are also on Twitch too. So just a reminder, there's a reminder, we're also on Twitch. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday are our Happy Thumbs days. We also do Tuesdays and Thursdays. Those days are our Happy Thumbs TV days. And those are the mature games that we've been playing. But I want you guys to know that there's going to be a little more overlap on that. That actually kind of leads me into the next one. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Then Tuesdays and Thursdays, HTG TV, also 10 a.m. But a different channel. And Gary or Nick or both of yous, one of yous, all of yous could post a link to that, HTG TV. That would be excellent. Super helpful for those who have not yet subscribed and rang that bell as well. You know, this guy right here. Don't forget to click it. And don't forget to stay hydrated, people. Let's see here. Raised by Wolves, Susan and Karen. What is up? I think I need to restart. Let's see, as for... Oh, yeah. So we have all of those in the guide, and we will likely come back and we'll do videos for some of those. Some of them are very easy to achieve and are cumulative, and I've actually made mention of like some of them, like to make sure you ride everything, like any animal or any... So some of them might not get specific videos, but if you guys need them, you know, always request them. Oftentimes people find like, hey, you could have done this achievement, it would have been really helpful, and if you recommend it, I always listen, but sometimes I've already completed that game a long time ago, and in some cases I don't even have it anymore. So the sooner you guys watch those videos and give me the feedback on that, the better I can improve. And of course, next time I can always look for those similarities and try to repeat that, so that you guys you know, hey, thanks Gary for putting that out there. And let's see here. All right, moving right along. So like I said, that kind of segues into my next segment about the YouTubes. Now this is just a simple graphic. I don't have really any documentation or anything to really show you to go along with my rant or my complaint. But I've been talking about this for a while, and so this is actually hopefully not gonna upset anybody. I mean, technically it's already upset me, and I just don't know how it's all going to pan out, which is kind of mysterious and not the good kind of mysterious. But essentially, YouTube is making changes. Within the next 3 months, it was 4 months when they first announced it. Now it's about 3. They are going to start really kind of policing channels, because earlier this year, you guys probably heard about it, there was this really awkward situation where a couple of channels were actually assembled and built for kids. And at some point, either the channel was sold or released or hacked or something, and really terrible things were put into video. So like, it would be a video about Play-Doh or making your own Play-Doh at home or whatever, and then 4 or 5 minutes in, like, stuff that was not for kids was there. And I'm not going to go into detail or talk about it. I don't know the names of the channels. It doesn't matter. They're all gone. But in the end, a lot of kids saw material that was way above the pay grade that they were supposed to. And some lives were probably, traumatized. I didn't see, I'm only speculating on what I've heard and what I've read. YouTube, as a result, was then sued, and they were sued for like 170 million or 140 million or something like that. Now, they're Google, they're huge. They're still gonna, continue, but that's still a big hit, and they don't want their platform having a bad name. So they've revamped all of their rules on how they are going to handle the processing of adult content versus child content, or family-friendly content, if you will. Now, as you guys know, I've prided myself for a long time on family-friendly content due to an issue or a situation when I was uploading mature content before we were a family-friendly channel. And that moment when I got in trouble with YouTube was the moment we became a family-friendly channel, because I didn't want to lose my channel. We had success, and we were just finally starting to grow. And then I uploaded a video. You guys have heard the story. It's a Grand Theft Auto 5 video. And as a result, the rest is kind of history, because we quit uploading that kind of stuff. So here's what's happening, and this is what I'm being told. So I'm going to try to evolve with the expected process. So now YouTube is going to ask you when you upload, is this child-related content? It could be considered child-related in the sense that a lot of my content is Lego. Like, think about it. Lego Star Wars was kind of created and intended for a young audience, but it also was kind of like a casting out there to bait the adults to see if they would take the hook on this nostalgic content and maybe jump into, which would then, just explode sales and promote future games. And it worked. Young, old, new, whatever. Everybody showed up. Everybody played it. I'm like the last one to show up and play that complete saga. And so now they've got Lego Marvel, Lego DC. They got all these other franchises that they've been doing stuff. So a lot of these games definitely have references or expectations, like all the homage to these characters. They're building these 150 to 300 character, arsenals. And a lot of those characters I've never heard of, but they're for comic books that people from back in the day, my age or even older or younger, read these and they know them. And so, is Lego a family-friendly game? Yes. Is it for kids? I wouldn't say it's for kids. And that's where I kind of fall into with this YouTube stuff. It's my commentary. I don't cuss. I don't swear. I mean, there's been some moments in our 2,800 videos or whatever we've uploaded, some of the live streams. There's been a slip or 3, and of course there's been other moments, old videos before we went family friendly, right? So, but I was never beep, 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 beep. Like, I was never Jeremy and Mark and some of the others may have had a little bit more loose lips than but I mean, ultimately, over 2,000 of the videos that we've uploaded have been family friendly. So, will YouTube consider that children's content? If they do, here's the problem. I have to clarify and say that's definitely designated for kids. If I do that, I lose. Okay, so this is what YouTube's saying. No notifications will go out on videos that are marked family friendly for children, whatever their labeling is. So if you're subscribed to my channel and I upload one of these videos that I have to check that box, you guys will not be notified that it goes up. So what is the point of being subscribed to a channel if the content isn't? So what if every video I upload becomes that way? You guys would never know unless you were searching for it. Now the search prioritization becomes minimized. So they have different tiers of different things. So people with higher, of course it starts with the metadata, the content of what it is. If you're searching for marshmallows campfires, it's going to look for that content first, and whatever keywords that are in the content of the title and the description, it'll find those. And then once it finds that, it then quickly says, okay, this has more relevancy than this, or these guys have more subs, and so it starts playing this switcheroo game to their algorithms. Now if I lose my searchability and lose the subscription notifications, you guys are never going to be able to find me or know that I'm uploading. Now on top of that is the big icing on the cake. They're actually going to demonetize all of those videos because the advertisers don't want to risk these situations again. So think about it like this from the advertiser's standpoint. If let's say I'm paying Google to advertise HappyThumbsGaming, I want that to be on a family friendly. My phone's heard me say Google, and okay. Anyway, thought I was going to do it again. If I'm looking for me, it's not gonna find me. So things are very sketchy right now. I'm not liking where they're talking about this. Now here's the thing. I don't want to have. It's weird because YouTube's almost making me like. They're almost forcing me to either play mature or teen-based games to kind of not fit that mold of family friendly. But even then it's like my commentary is almost being forced. So like think about this. Like Google is basically telling their content creators, look, we're so scared that so what I was saying about, sorry, I got sidetracked. I was talking about me advertising with Google. If I wanted to advertise HappyThumbsGaming, I wasn't searching, I was advertising. If I was advertising and I wanted to be put in children or family friendly content, and I end up in one of these videos that has not family friendly content stuffed in between family friendly, and like my kid is watching this video and sees that, and it's like traumatizing, whatever it may be, I don't want my videos being displayed on those, right? So I don't want my brand associated with that. And same with the big people, like all the soda drinkers, the chips, and all the people who pay the money to advertise. Most of it's food related, right? That's most of the average stuff that's on here. But so it's tough because as an advertiser, I wouldn't want my stuff on there. But as a content creator, I definitely want ads on my. I mean, so it's terrible for them too because they're losing money. Because if I can't run ads on my content and I'm no longer making money, they're no longer making money. Which, so you guys know too, these guys have a crazy deal where they get paid to serve ads. So people show up and say, here's my ad, I want you to serve it. So they get paid for that ad. And as a result, the company gets X amount of views, time, whatever. There's always different deals. So that video goes into the pool, which then shows up on my page, right? So they get paid to put them on my page. They get a 40% split. This is with all monetization. Anybody who gets monetized on YouTube, that's how it starts. It's 60-40. YouTube gives you 60% of your revenue that you make, and they keep 40. So let me do some math for you. They get 100% of the revenue for the ad placement that they're serving. Then they get 40% of the revenue once the ad gets served. So for every ad they get paid to serve, they're getting 140% of the possible generated income. That's crazy. Rob, what's up? Welcome to the stream. That's crazy to me, right? Like, so, and now they're going to take that away. So but they're hoping that they can keep enough people with content with enough, influence that'll. So who knows? So as a result, I just wanted to tell you guys now, in the next couple of months, you're going to see some changes And I want you guys to know that I'm not gonna like start playing crazy games. I'm not going to start cussing like crazy, but I am going to play some games that may have been potentially on the fence. Some of them, like for example, this is my thought process the other day. I was playing Fortnite. I don't even know what that game is rated, to be honest with you, but it is a shooter. There are people shooting people. In some eyes, that is considered immature or whatever. Teen, at least. Nobody had a problem. I never once had one complaint, and I don't think most parents ever go, "You're too young to play Fortnite." I think kids 3 years old are getting phones and playing. I don't think that's something that's bad. Whoa, I'm getting a little glitchy here. My camera was hopefully that's not something that's been happening. Let me know if it's getting like super glitchy. I don't think it is, but it might be. So, like Stranger Things 3 is a teen-based game. I probably might play some Apex Legends maybe one day just to kind of test the waters and see. It isn't as cartoony as Fortnite, so that's why I wonder. But my goal is I'm going to start playing some more, I don't want to say risky, right? I'm not going to be playing like any greasy games. Nothing like no horror, crazy, nothing, right? But you might see some more stuff like Hello Neighbor. Obviously I've been playing a lot of variety games. Some for the quick platinums, easy platinums, other stuff. Camera's been good for you, Demon. Good. I just saw that 1 minute that was kind of glitchy, but hopefully that was it. Sometimes, computers process stuff too, and like I can be live and all of a sudden like my antivirus might kick on in the background to like, oh, we haven't run a test in 24 hours or whatever, right? This is an unusual time for me to be streaming too, so who knows? Thank you guys for the confirmation. Everything's good. But so just be expecting that kind of stuff as time goes on, because I don't want to fall into this family friendly box where YouTube corners me and tells me, look, your channel's still verified, but we're demonetizing it because you're children based. So I'm going to start pushing. But again, my commentary is going to stay the same. I'm going to try to be funny. I'm going to try to be punny. I'm going to try to be, as in the memes as I can be. There's so many that come up every day. I can't keep up. Reese tries to keep up with me, but to be honest with you, so many of them are so bad. I just I'm like, dude, I don't, just please stop. Make it stop. But he's got him coming. He follows some Reddit feed or something that is gold, but it's also like old. It gets kind of repetitive. So, anyways, be looking for that, guys. And of course, if you have game requests or things like that, I'd love to see them. Mondays we don't have. It was kind of Monday race day. We're not racing anymore. We got done with Horizon Chase Turbo. People have requested Cars 3. A lot of people have been wanting Minecraft Mondays. A lot of people want to see Minecraft Story Mode Season 2. We just finished Season 1 this morning. So, yeah, the Brianisms are in full swing. So, I mean, there might be a giggity here and there, some references, or whatever. But, the thing is that I'm trying to make sure that they're not able to like go, well, you haven't even played a game that's above E or, anything like that, right? And I haven't had any talks with anybody physically at YouTube, but the problem is that I probably won't. They'll probably just throw the hammer down, and then I'll have to fight and appeal it in order to make it work. And if I can avoid that whole process, I will. And, some people requested Uncharted. Uncharted is another kind of teen-based game, if you ask me, but there's probably some language in it that makes it mature. But the reality of it is that, I mean, as I was talking this morning in the earlier stream, I'm one of the probably very few, and I don't watch a lot of YouTube, so don't blast me in the chat, but I'm probably one of the very few people that really watches what I say and respects the whole family rule. If my grandma misses me and she wants to hop on and see me and hear my voice, I don't want her to hear, that kind of stuff. So she doesn't know about the TV channel. Even that one's not bad. I mean, we have our moments where, we talk about certain things that might, like Apex, we got pretty out there the other day, I will say. You know, sound effects, all that, still gonna go through. Doctor Who, what's up? Yes, tomorrow is October. Today's the last day of September, which is why we're actually holding this live stream for the game break right now. We've gone ahead and made it a habit to do the game breaks on the last day of the month. Really, it just keeps it consistent for me, because trying to do it on the 30th, I change it sometimes a different when. But last day, it's always easy to remember for everybody, and hopefully everybody can keep remembering. So, all right, I can see I got a little bit of a dead spot right here. You can see like a little bit of it's missing. It's yellow. It's a lighting issue. So apparently my light needs to get good. I don't have the get good button on this. I just had to redo everything recently, and I don't have it on here. All right, so it's been a while since I have done what I'm about to do here, and I'm getting to the 40-minute mark. I was trying to get all of this stuff done in 35 to 40 minutes, and I'm already way behind. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and reach out. Let's see here. Gonna reach out to our special guest, and we're gonna talk about something that I'm actually pretty hyped about. And let's see here. Just waiting for confirmation before I call. Yo, we're colorful. Yeah, that was pretty funny the other day. And whenever Todd shows up, there's always some sort of something that happens when Todd's out there. And speaking of, shout out to Todd. What's up, dude? I'm hoping, fingers crossed, Wednesday we'll get that Toy Story going, and you will be there for it. I know you always show up on Toy Story. That's like, and you're always my savior. You know, whenever I'm like, #Paz, I don't know how to do that. You know exactly where to go or what to do, so that's awesome. Yes, so I'm still waiting for my confirmation here. Last seen 11 minutes ago. Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Apparently, maybe I rocked him to sleep with my long lullaby. Oh, we got some action. We got some action. All right. So I think we're good here. All right, so we're going to try this. And chat, this is important, because this next segment, I'm bringing a special guest in. You need to be able to hear them. So, without further ado, and hurry up and answer this too, because when I click this button, it's going to be loud. So, get ready there, Quick Draw McGraw. Get ready to answer. Ready? 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 Here it comes. Hello, hello. Are you there, sir? Is this thing on? Testing, testing. 1 2 1 2. Sibilance. Are you there? Hello.
Are you there?
There we go. I couldn't hear. I could hear you fumbling or something. All right, guys. I got HTG Nick on the line here via Skype.
Hello?
Hello. All right, we gotta try something else. So Nick, my bad, broski. We had a preliminary test earlier, and we did it on the cell phone, and so, but I was telling him we were having issues. We were having issues with the phone. So I said, let's do it on the computer, because it'll be easy and everyone will be able to hear you better and everything, right? So we could hear you, Nick, but I forgot to mention to you, and totally forgot, I don't have a microphone plugged into that computer we were using. It's plugged in over here. So I got you on my phone on Skype, and it's close enough to the mic that I think everyone should be able to hear you. So let's try that again. How you doing there, Nicky Poo? Welcome to the stream, dude.
What's going on, Brian? How's everybody doing tonight?
Good. Let me see if I can bump that up. Okay, so I got that as loud as I can go. Let me try it right here. Can you guys hear him? I know there's a little bit of a delay, so you guys in the chat, let me know right away if you can hear him. Connie says, hi, Nick. But let's hear. It sounds like a Christmas, Nick? What? Oh, unwrapping boxes, unwrapping presents. Okay, yeah, I got that too. I got it too. So can you? No one's responding in the chat. Like I'm totally. I can hear him perfectly. All right, so you guys can hear him. All right. So I brought Nick in because he's kind of our representative or our expert, if you will, for Apex Legends. So, okay, here's one of the first steps to us talking about a little bit more mature content on this channel. So I brought Nick in because Nick knows a lot more. I haven't even had time to watch trailers or anything like that. Even Reese has watched them, and I showed him all these pictures thinking I was breaking news to him. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, that was on a trailer like a week ago, Dad." I'm like, "Oh, well, shame on me." So, anyways, Nick, Season 3 of Apex Legends begins tomorrow, and, you know, there's a whole bunch of changes that you're kind of going to inform me and the chat on today. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, there's a lot of changes.
Okay, so the biggest change so far being...
Well, first off, the Season 2 is over. So that's going to be done with. Everything that you could have earned is going to be completely over with, and it's going to move on to Season 3 stuff. I have no idea what that entails. I've seen some of the skins that are pretty impressive. But they've showed us 2 trailers already.
And in those 2 trailers... Sorry, I just moved the mic a little closer. And everyone's saying they can hear you okay, but I'm thinking now they can hear you... great. In fact, it might even be too loud because I propped it right up on the actual microphone. And don't be blown too hard because the pop filter's not in between you and the mic. So no, I'm just kidding. There's no air flowing through my phone. Come on. All right, so there's the end of Season 2. All of those things are gone. All right, so I've heard a whole bunch of new aesthetics and stuff. What can you tell us about the main changes that are happening? I mean, we got some photos here. Is there a photo you'd like me to put up for you? Maybe like the third one.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, move right along. We're in a whole different world here.
So we're in a different world completely. Kings Canyon is gone, right?
Oh, I mean, I'm not sure if they're going to still offer it. That'd be really cool to be able to go back to it. Maybe that'll come later. And
yeah, that would be cool. Give you the option to choose one map or the other. So if you still wanted to drop into Kings Canyon for like a retro night or whatever, you could. But at the same time, that might actually cause them a lot of extra work because they'd have to update 2 maps at a time, right? So what are we looking at here in this picture? It looks like fire and brimstone.
Part of the map, there's lava. From what I was understanding from the whole entire story of the Legends, these are all mining communities.
Okay.
So now this must be part where they're, I don't know, mining ore or something from the lava. I'm not sure. Maybe they're refining it there.
Well, it looks pretty cool, and I would call it like an environmental area or a biome perhaps. It would appear as though that maybe there was a couple of new areas, and it looks like not only did we get hot, that maybe we got some cold too.
Yeah, there's a snow area. That must be like some kind of a peak or I don't know why there would be a cold zone someplace. I guess it's a really active world. There's lots of greenery. Looks like most of the world is covered with greenery, but there's 2 zones, one being lava, one being ice, and then looks like there's at least one big geyser, maybe many geysers that'll allow you to redeploy, kind of like that warp zone that we just got.
Yeah, a redeployment. That sounds killer.
Right. So that could be good getting back up into the air.
Sweet deal. And I wonder. So let's see here. Moving along to our next area here. You mentioned the greenery, having a lot of green as well as the hot and the dark. And then of course the cold, which is very bright and white. As you can see here, there it looks like there's some sort of like we might just be on like a balcony looking down, but it almost looks like a tram or a train system or something moving on tracks. But it's probably just some sort of like a walkway or something. It's probably just some foolery of the angles. It was a funny angle, but you know, you can see here. There's an airstrike going down in the background, so you can see this is definitely a wide angle shot going on here. But I like it looks almost like the Nakatomi Plaza over on the far left side there. So now I'm wondering, are you going to be able to like get into some of those towers or not? And I don't know. Gary's asking if it's a volcano. That might be something we can look into on the last image we have. We might be able to draw our own conclusions. We'll get to that one in a minute, though.
One right here, maybe the what they're referring to as the sky hook.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like there's a crane or something next to one of the refinery areas.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the mountainside next to it, one can guarantee that that's probably going to be like, you know, outside the area type of stuff. But it definitely looks pretty sweet. I won't lie. You know, it starts. I don't know if it starts tonight at 9 for us West Coasters, and if it goes live at midnight tonight, period, or if it's a tomorrow at some point. But just to let you guys know. You know, Gary and I have been farming and doing a lot of work on Wolfenstein, and I'm going to talk just a little bit about that in a minute, but just to kind of talk about that, we're going to hopefully get that done and do like a quick 1-hour stream, kind of like an easy platinum, but I'm going to complain the whole time because this game has been the most worst grindy game I've probably ever played, ever maybe, and I'll explain all that later, but as far as nighttime areas, that is a great question. Do we know anything about timing? Is there going to be, I don't know about nighttime based areas because the whole map would have to be dark, but is there like a day and night system that we've heard about or anything like that you're aware of?
The light is definitely going to take a toll on people because all these different backgrounds, all this green, everybody's going to be used to seeing orange and brown colors, so they're not going to pick up on people as good through the green, I would imagine, or maybe camos might be different going into the green. And against that white background in the snow area, you're going to definitely see shadows on that.
Yeah, super poppage.
There's one too. I'm not sure where it is, but there is a part that goes underground.
Oh, okay. So there might be a little dark area. To finish what I was saying about Wolfenstein, why I even brought that up, we're hoping to get a second stream in tomorrow on HTG TV as well. So we'll hopefully finish up Wolfenstein at 10. And then the thought is, if it really does last an hour or so, I'll probably take an hour off. You know, if the dog's here, I'll have to determine whether I'm capable or not. But if everything goes as planned, he's going to doggy daycare tomorrow, and he will be gone for the duration of the day. As it sits too, Reese has some stuff he's doing after school, so I don't need to pick him up. So we could likely do a 2 to 3, 4 hour stream before my dog is home. But it all depends on the dog and whether or not I get Wolfenstein done in an hour. As it sits, I need about 500 coins, which will be easy. And I'll talk about that when we're done with Apex. I'm totally getting sidetracked. All right, moving along. Next, we've got another image here, which... let's see here. I had to turn one off there. So we've definitely got this weird swampy area, but if you notice, maybe it's not swampy, maybe it just appears that way. There's actually something bright and red on it in the middle. What's going on there? Tell us about that red object.
Oh, the train.
Choo choo!
There's a depot that runs through the middle of the map.
Can we ride them? Or are they just like a moving hazard in the sense that, like, don't step on the tracks, you know, or you might get, you know, standby meat or something?
I'm not sure what would happen if you got in front of one of those.
You might get that reference.
There's loot pins on top of them, so you can get on there and you can loot them. Okay.
So they likely will make some sort of stop or something along the way, potentially, which would be nice.
I'm not sure if it goes back and forth.
We'll have to check it out tomorrow. So that's actually awesome. We do have plenty. We got more images to talk about. Don't worry. Next up, we got is that Wraith holding that giant? I don't even know what that is. It looks like the Uber hammer, which is one of the guns we've been using in Wolfenstein. It shoots like this nuclear pew pew. But is that in fact Wraith? It's a different skin almost. She's got like a something over her mouth. Is that normal? I guess I don't remember that.
Yeah, I believe that's Ray. What kind of weapon is it though? It's some kind of like cannon.
It is. It looks like a pulse, some sort of pulse cannon or a laser beam or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, pretty OP.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure.
yeah, that'll likely be a weapon that drops down in a supply crate. Probably not one provided by the Lifeline, but maybe like a map-made supply crate. That's our guess, anyways. I don't know if you have any other info on that gun other than this image. But essentially, that's our take on it. That this is going to be like a very overpowered OP weapon. And Kirsten, you made it. What's up? Woo to the who. I knew you'd make it. I've been stalling this whole time. Trying to, anyways. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. So we'll be looking for that. It looks like she's in the hot lava region there too. So that's fun. We'll definitely be checking a lot of that out tomorrow. Let's see here. Moving along to our next image.
That weapon makes me think about some of the newer characters that they're talking about having possibly a sniper rifle right out the gate, so you don't even have to pick one up on the ground. Be part of their ultimate or their tactical abilities. There's a lot of characters slated for this game. This could go quite a while.
Well, they've stated that they're not going to ever, at least there's no plans to make a Apex Legends 2, but it's now becoming very apparent that they have no intention of shutting down development or moving forward at all as the future goes on. Whoa, my car just got started out front. I don't know where the wife is going, but she just fired up my car, which is weird, and it just rumbled the whole house. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. But anyways, so next up we got this picture of a new character. Who is this? And what is that in the background? It looks like somebody doing a T-pose. What is that?
Yeah, that's the face he made when I didn't finish my vegetables.
Yeah.
He was so disappointed.
Is that you looking at a piece of Brussels, like a Brussels sprout or something?
The way you didn't finish your Brussels sprouts. That's our new character, Crypto.
Crypto.
And in the back, that's his drone.
Okay. And so do we know, like, how is it, like an automated drone? Is it something like we're going to be able to control? Like, do we know anything about that at all?
So you're going to have to take your attention off the character to operate the drone. So it's going to be kind of like the Call of Duty RC drones
or like a
one
care
of those.
package. Yeah, one of the care package perks or whatever that you actually. Yeah, interesting.
So it's his tactical ability. So he's going to have a lot of them, which ought to be pretty good for making a fast pace of things. But once he puts it up into the air, it can go 200 meters away. If he puts it up in the air, I guess it'll work passively and tell you where guys are. And his passive ability is that your other characters will know that those characters are out there when it sends them.
So it's like a drone from like the Ghost Recon games where you can actually fly a drone and target guys for your teammates to see. That's actually really cool. Like, I wasn't sure how the drone was all going to play out. And of course, like you said, go ahead.
It could possibly be able to open doors, pick up banners, I've heard. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I mean, if you can imagine sending your drone to go get the banner instead of you to go rescue somebody,
that would be help. Pretty huge. That would be pretty OP too. Like that might be my new go-to. I know you're gonna want to play him as soon as you get access, but I'm finding that I might want to check him out at some point tomorrow too. So I definitely got plenty of credits. I got a bunch of Apex Legend credits to go ahead and purchase him. Let's see here. Moving right along, we've got another. We've got another image here. What's that?
He has an ultimate ability too.
Oh, well, here's another picture of him. Why don't you tell us about his ultimate while we? You still there?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. I got a new picture up. Go ahead and tell us. Yeah.
So the drone can be used as an EMP, and it can, I believe, knock down shields and take out people's arsenals, whatever that might be, whatever whatever electronics you might have on you.
Okay.
I would assume that it would take the red dot on the scopes and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Sweet.
But being able to rub that in a tight corner where you don't have to get to, you can kind of hone it in to where you want to put it. Blast people.
Gary says, yeah, he might be my main because I've been dying for a character that can show how many guys are left in a game instead of that. Oh, that's an interesting thought too, Gary. I wonder, when you get to that, like, third circle and it's rather small, I wonder if you're going to be able to, like, ping everybody in it. That might be... And I wonder, too, how visible is it, and will the enemy be able to shoot it down? I imagine it's probably destructible.
Yeah, you can shoot it. It's, I want to say that it had like a 30-second, maybe it was a 30-second or a 45-second recool cooldown.
Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I'm just kind of thinking me on that, but I think that's what it was, somewhere around there.
We also got a new not an element, a new item. It's kind of hard to see. But if you look kind of in the middle, upper portion of the screen, right about, whoops, I'll get it one of these days, right about, I can't get there, right over there. You can see it. It looks like, kind of like a soccer ball. What is that?
That's some kind of like a flying loot tick.
Okay, so one of the robots.
And stuff comes out of it.
All right, and we do have an image of maybe like the possibilities of what it looks like. So it could shower us with like high-end, rare, or I guess epic and legendary stuff, gold and purple stuff.
Cool stuff comes out of it, but I've seen this one picture of like a lock and key on it. So when you shoot it, there'll be something similar to the way Bloodhound can see tracks. There's that little icon that pops up.
Right.
And has a lock and key on it. That looks like some sort of key that you can bring to this set of doors that you're showing right now. And this would be behind those doors if you have that key.
Gotcha. Like a treasure room. Interesting. So, and all of this should be available tomorrow, correct? I mean, that's the thought and hopes, of course. So we do have one
last...
There's
people already trying it out.
Oh, wow. Well, we do have one last image here. This is of the overall map. You can see we've got like the epicenter, the refinery. The overall size looks about the same as the current map of Kings Canyon. But it's definitely not the same shape. Or is it? Because if you look at it, like where we normally drop in the bottom left is pretty similar. There's the upper, but I mean, it's definitely different, right? But it is new areas. It's all new. And we'll be hopefully checking it out tomorrow. Hey, Nick, thank you so much for joining us, being our special guest. And before I kick you out of here, was there any icing on the cake or last minute stuff you want to throw in that we may not have covered yet before we get going tomorrow on the stream?
I can't think of anything really juicy. I'm just looking forward to getting in there, getting some of this legendary loot. I want to find that key.
Yeah, me too. I want to check that out. So, be looking for us streaming tomorrow. The goal is we're going to complete Wolfenstein at the normal time at 10 a.m. and hopefully get it done in an hour or so. And then, I'll take a little break, get it all ready, and then, of course, hopefully do the double stream. So, again, hey, Nick, thank you so much for hanging out and being a part of the stream. I will catch up with you after the game break, of course, and we'll talk more about our plans tomorrow. But, thanks for hanging out, dude.
Yeah, thanks, man. Check out the trailers. They're pretty fun to watch.
We will. I will, for sure. Right on, man. I'll talk to you here in a bit. Swoo!
Have fun, everybody.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Nick. I feel much more educated on what's going on in the old Apex Legends. All right, so last but not least, I got a couple of things. Wolfenstein again, worst post-game grind ever. Tomorrow we'll be filming or recording the last section of that. We have 2 missions left. One of those missions is has the 5 collectibles we need left. I do have the need to take out a few charging big guys. Gary's got a farm method for me, so we'll probably go there first, hit one of those, go do our mission, and then do one of those farm methods, do the second mission, and then hopefully do 1 or 2 of those last takedowns. And then by then, I should have all the weapon trophies, and there's 15 trophies that I'm ringing off tomorrow, hopefully in that 1 hour block. So be looking for that. And yeah, so one last thing that I wanted to do before I got to the Patreon shoutouts is I just wanted to talk about a couple of things that I'm looking forward to. And then I realized today, when I looked at my DVR this morning, I'm already behind. I didn't realize I was, and maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm misinformed. Maybe you guys can tell me. But there's a couple of things coming up. We just talked about one of them, Apex Legends Season 3. That seems to be like my favorite game. It just calls me. I feel like I'm getting gooder than I used to be. We're winning on a consistent basis in the sense that, you know, every 10 to 15 games we're getting a win. You know, certainly no pro. We're not ready to quit our jobs and go to the big leagues. But I mean, you know, we're getting better, and it's going to be an equal playing ground tomorrow, where it's all going to be new adventures and everything. And so I'm really looking forward to that. Breakpoint, the new Ghost Recon game that comes out, I believe Thursday or Friday. There is early access for people who pre-ordered it, and as it sits, I do have access to that. So we might be checking that out as soon as Tuesday night, Wednesday. It's tough because we got new Season 3 of Apex competing with that. So I can't, and I can't wait to see what location names you guys come up with. Yeah, we'll have to come up with some good ones. There's already a bunch designated, but we'll have to come up with our new ones, you know, like Gary's Corner and stuff like that. So definitely going to be fun doing all that. Now, the next thing is actually a TV show. It's definitely a mature TV show. You guys have heard of it before, The Walking Dead. I actually somehow missed out on the entire 5th season of Fear. And I feel like there's a whole bunch that I need to catch up on that. So we just started watching that again last night because I saw some preview that said The Walking Dead returns October 6th. But my DVR recorded an episode last night, and it looks like it's a new one. Because I read some stuff, and I went, what? Telling me stuff I should know. And so I definitely feel like, exciting on location reported. Nice. You know, I definitely feel like I got a lot of watching to do. You know, they're hour-long episodes, and there's a whole season of Fear, and then hopefully The Walking Dead's coming out soon. So the Thumbie train, woo to the choo. Sorry, I'm sure Gary's booing as loud as he can boo. In fact, I think I just heard him. Anyways, so those are just a few things that I'm looking forward to. What are you guys looking forward to? Are there any games coming up? I know that it's about to be like the end of the year, the holiday season, and that's when the developers really ramp up and expected to, you know, release a lot of their games that they've been developing for the last year, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever. So there's lots of stuff coming out. Knowing that we're going to play a little bit more mature stuff here and there, and that we're also going to look into, you know, classic stuff like Lego and other E-rated games like, you know, Cars 3, and anything that Warner Brothers wants to throw our way, we'll certainly be doing. And hopefully we'll do some unboxings. We haven't gotten any packages from them for quite some time, but I'm hoping Skywalker Saga is going to have some legitness, and they'll send it in a nice, pretty little box that'll be delicious. We'll see. Let's see here. I can't boo. That was good. Okay. Woo to the chew. That was good. I like it. We'll have to the woo chew train, something like that. The chew. We'll have to come up. We'll do better. We'll get gooder. All right. So if you guys have some things you guys want to see us play on the channel, definitely send us suggestions. You know, if you really want something, it's probably Booyah Kachu. We'll probably have you'll have better luck hitting me up on Facebook on the private messenger. We don't need to be friends and all that if you're worried about privacy or anything. Just send me a message to the Happy Thumbs page, and I will do my best to kind of facilitate whatever question or request that you guys have. All right, last but not least for the game break is we've got Patreons. A lot of you guys know about patreon.com /HappyThumbsGaming. It's a place where you guys can support us directly. There's not a lot of like takeout. Like I was saying earlier, Google takes a lot of the ad revenue. I know a lot of you guys run ad blockers because you guys are tired of ads. If you guys are in that boat and you guys would like to still contribute because you guys watch or whatever, you know, even at the $1 tier, we're grateful. You know, we got a couple of different tiers over there, and at the $5 tier, you actually get your name on a texture. So we got Thumby that pops in with a little cartoon balloon, and it's got a bunch of names on it, and that's at the $5 and up. And then at $10, you actually get the name shouted out. So we got a handful of people that have been supporting us for basically since we released the $10 tiers, and I really, you guys can't even imagine how much it actually helps. Every month it does supplement, at least like right now it's like $100 a month. So that's nice that because we're able to, after a month or two we can buy nice things like these chairs and the green screens and the lights and all that, and it makes it a lot smoother. So I really appreciate all you guys. Thumbs Express serves free water, $5 for Haterade. Oh my goodness, here we go. See, I told you we would do better. I told you, and when I say we, I mean all of us, because I'm not. They provide me the gold. I just shovel it. I'm just a shoveler. As we all know, Gary is the heart and soul of the team, right, Gary? On the side of the train says, "Always stay hydrated." That would be hilarious. ASH. That would be hilarious. Now we're getting into some good stuff here. That's awesome. All right, so Patreon, $5 up, and supporters, Booyaka Show! You guys can see here a lot of familiar names. I don't expect everybody to be able to do this. I know that there's some complications with some payments. Not everybody has the right form, PayPal and things like that. It's all good. It's all good. Appreciate every one of these people. Appreciate every one of you out there too. I had to switch it up this month because somebody changed their pledge from $2 to $5. So every month I have, sometimes I'm like, oh, do I have to change it? Sometimes I can reuse the same graphic, right? Because it doesn't change a lot. But this month I had to change it. So shout out to that patron who bumped it up a couple of bucks to make sure that their name slid in to that stuff. So next up, there is no particular order for these guys. These are all $10 and up supporters, though. If I'm being totally honest, I just went right down the list, and it does alphabetically do it. So here we go. Shout out to Andrew Austin. Thank you so much, Andrew, for your patronage. You support me all the time with super chats. You shower me with love. I try to return that love by making sure people know about your GoFundMe and stuff. And, we definitely share our friends on Facebook and share photos and stuff. And it's pretty cool. So I appreciate you more than you know. Next up, we got April White. Thank you so much, April, for your patronage. It's been like a month since we've crossed paths. I think we need to do something about that. So I'm going to try to send you an email. I know that you kind of just got to see and hear what I've been up to. But, I could probably send you the direct video of, Drexler and stuff like that. We could chat some more and get caught up on what you've been up to because I'm curious. Thank you so much for your patronage, by the way. Next up, we got Michael Karsberg. Thank you so much, Michael. I don't know. I haven't seen you out in the chat today. I know that the time frame might be better for you now because it's later, but I know you're way over there, and I know that, maybe it's better time for you, maybe not. It's a different time. So, anyway, $6 for, BRYAN. Okay, not me. That's the other Brian. Okay, that's fine. No, I think you mean nope, he means haterade. All them haters out there have been sipping on it. Sounds like my wife is back. Oh no, hopefully you guys don't hear the rumble of the grumble. Alright, next up, we've got Bonnie Miller. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for your patronage. Really appreciate the support. You guys just don't know. You guys just don't know. Next up, we got an oldie but a goodie. Douglas Wright. What's up, Douglas? Dougie Fresh 613. Dougie used to be our guide writer, and he still supports us all the time by watching videos. In fact, he might be watching on his TV right now. He was messaging me on one of the last streams, and it was funny because he was like messaging me saying, "Hey, I'm watching you." And I'm like, "Why aren't you in the chat?" And he's like, "Cause I'm watching him on TV." And I'm like, "Why aren't you on the chat?" He's like, "Cause I'd have to get on my phone." And I'm like, "You just texted me." So, it was funny, right? Like, it was one of those moments like, I'm not going to get on my phone. I'd have to get on my phone to text you on chat, so I'll just text you on Messenger. Anyways, what's up, Austin? You made it. Sorry I haven't shown up in a while. Hey, that's all good. Real life first. RL first, my dude. I did actually bring you up earlier today in the first stream. We were talking about collectibles, and I gave you a big shout out for trying to keep up with the collectibles in Toy Story 3, but then realizing how hard and difficult they were. We were actually talking about maybe doing an Uncharted series where I'm live streaming with Gary feeding me information in my ear like he does a lot of the times in the Easy Platinums and things like that. But if we could get a solid collectible guide going that he could reference, then I could finish my Uncharted 4 series, because I never finished that, mainly because nobody was watching it. I was spending like, you know, an hour on each video, like referencing where all the collectibles were in this guide, and then going and finding them, and then editing them and uploading them, and then after like a day or a week, we'd have like 100 views, and I was like, well, no, he's clearly watching these. So I moved on to something else. Lego came out or something, and I never finished it, not even personally. So people have been suggesting that it would be nice to see that. That may be one of the games that I play here that's, you know, a little above what we would normally play, but I don't think it's really bad either. There's going to be a cuss word here and there in the storyline of the videos, but if I'm uploading, like, you know, my streams, I'm going to be talking over it and doing stuff, so hopefully we'll get to avoid that. I just heard something really weird. I thought somebody was standing there. I don't see anybody, though, so I'm still good. I'm still good. It might be the boogeyman, though, the Boba Yaga. Let's see here. Last but not least, I got one more shout out. This actual person is not currently a Patreon supporter, but I still, so I'm making good. Last year, there was a few months that slipped by me that I did not do Patreon shout outs or a game break for that matter. And this person was supporting me through that time. Really, I don't want to say it was like me being lazy, because it certainly wasn't that, but I was prioritizing other things over the game break. And when I realized, oh my gosh, I got 5 days before I got to do a game break, I was kind of like mentally overloading, and rather than overloading, I just didn't do it. So it was kind of like a mental battle for me. As you guys know, I've talked about it quite a bit. Last year, I really struggled with like anxiety, and I've had some issues in the past, but like last year it was really bad. You know, I got almost darn near passed out at Disneyland when we got there. You know, and so you know, things were just really tough, and as a result, I missed out on a few game breaks. And I know that's kind of a, I mean, it's a real excuse, but at the end of the day, it's still an excuse. So I feel bad, and I told this person when they messaged me that, because at one point I got a message and she was saying, hey, you know, I really appreciate supporting you, but you're not doing what I supported you for. So, and I totally understand. So that being said, and not to put her on the spot or anything, I'm trying to make sure that I'm making good, because I really do appreciate the support, and I did want to make sure that you know, not only did I shout her out in a couple of months, that I'm doing it every month this year. So she's basically gotten a free shout out every month. And I hope she still watches. I know that she actually got involved with another bigger streamer and was actually creating maps and doing a bunch of stuff for this other streamer. And so I think that's really cool. But Celine, if you're still watching, I really appreciate your support. And Celine, awesome! So anyways, those are my Patreon supporters. Maybe you can be one someday. Maybe you already are. Either way, I appreciate you and love you guys all the same. That's all I've got for my list of stuff today. Now I've got a couple minutes. I told the wife I would keep it under 90 minutes for this stream, and we're getting close to that. So I got a couple minutes. What is going on out there? Do you guys have any requests or anything like that? I know that there's been a bunch of chat happening. I've been watching most of it. Lots of talk about $6. I see like $6 in a lot of comments. Apparently that's the going rate for a water bottle these days. I don't know. Let's see, I'd pay $6 a month until you're done with the Uncharted series. Connie, I appreciate that. You know, hopefully that doesn't. Hopefully, I never get in a situation where I'm like, I'm not paying that game unless you pay me. You know, like, but I gotta be honest. Like, Minecraft might be that game, or Fortnite. I know a lot of you guys. I get requests on Facebook and Twitter a lot, and if I'm being totally honest, a lot of them are the same. I get Lego Indie. I get Fortnite. And I also get a lot of Minecraft. And you know, my wife's even told me, like, you're totally missing out. Like, people are requesting Minecraft and you're not playing it. Why? And because I always tell her, oh, another silly Minecraft request. I'm not playing that game. And she's always like, why? Why not? People want to see you. People are asking you to play it. Why aren't you playing it? I said, because it hurts my head. Just get some Tylenol or something. You know, so she's even rooting for it because she feels that, like, you know, and I tell her, like, hey, there's a million other channels out there streaming Minecraft. If they really want to go see, they should go watch somebody that knows what they're doing. But a lot of you have said that that's part of the fun. Like, everybody knows what to do, and I don't. And so everyone can, you know, point at the dumb guy. Anyways, So there might be some Minecraft in the future. We've been talking about it. Tyler's really been kind of like, reminding me that he's available for Minecraft, and I know that Paz would really, really, really like me to play Minecraft. Reese would also benefit from some Minecrafting. And I know that Gary is willing to play some Minecraft. I think, and I might have to hold like an arm wrestling tournament with Nick or something to get him to play, because I don't think I can get Nick to play. And that's kind of where I'm at. Nick and I are kind of on one side of the fence, and we're kind of like looking over at everybody else like, I'm good over here. That's kind of how I feel. And I could be wrong. Maybe Nick's logged 1 million hours, but I think we're on the same page. How long have you kept your Crater Lake shirt? We went to Crater Lake. I want to say 3 summers ago. 3 summers ago. Uh-oh, Gary. I don't know if I want to know your request. I don't know, I better not be what I think it is. I'll take next place for Minecraft. That is possible. We'll see what happens. There's got to be some sort of organization, but there also could be some room for some people coming and going and things like that. We'll see. If we get a core 4, I think Gary told me earlier, I think it's 8 that you can play together on PlayStation. That's a lot of dudes or dudettes in one area. I'm curious to see how that all works out. All right. I'm out of it. I'm ready to roll. You guys got anything else for me? Everyone's laughing at Fart Night. It is. That's what whenever Reese was playing it, I always go, oh, Fart Night. Oh, no, it's not that. No, it's not. Now he's like Fart Night. And I'm like, really? And so he's done with it. He has been done with it for quite a while. Thank you, Brian, for wearing your infamous Crater Lake shirt and being a funny buddy. Can you give an air hug, man? Oh, to the yes. I don't know. I was trying to think of something funny, but my brain isn't working right now. Everything I was waiting for you to say Dead Rising 4 or, Wolfenstein Youngblood or, one of the good suggestions, one of your gooder ones, or Little Adventure on the Prairie or Little Prairie Adventure, whatever that was. That was a nightmare. And to top it off, I was terrible at it. All right, guys. Much love. I appreciate all of you, and it's only Monday. I feel like it's a Friday for some reason. I was like, hey, get out and enjoy the No, you got all week to do work. We all got to do work. No iZombie or Clay Game. No. Thanks for reminding me. I'm a complete moron. For those of you who don't know, I bought 2 games. I even searched out difficulty, how long they would take to beat, thinking they had platinums, and they don't. And Nick says he's going to be reinstalling Red Dead. Well, I might at some point. Right now I have no room. I've been having to delete even back catalog stuff to get stuff on here. So anyways, yes, I will, Adam. Thanks. You too. I will say hi to Drex. And yeah, guys, again, thanks for hanging out. Game breaks are always lots of fun. We will be back tomorrow, hopefully for another double stream. That'd be crazy. 2 double streams back to back. The double whammy. It was supposed to be an echo effect. I don't know if it really worked or not. But. All right, guys, that's it. You know the drill. Head on over to our social medias, which can be found down below in the video description. Of course, we got HappyThumbsGaming.com as well. And you know what? We will be back. You already know the drill. As always, until next time. See ya.